Execution comes down to it. That must feel. We're gonna walk in and go. Boom! Now let's walk out there. Protect our trap and all this. Come fucking do it!
Pretty cool stuff, huh? If you clicked on this video and you're watching this, I'm willing to bet that you're a beginner sports videographer and you want to learn how I was able to film and edit that. Or you're thinking about becoming a videographer and you want to be able to do exactly what I just did. Well, congrats, dude, you're in the right place. My name is Axel with Archetype Productions, and this channel is all about how I became a full-time videographer and filmmaker. I film events, weddings, promotional content, and my personal favorite, sports. In this video, I'm going to show you how I was able to film America's favorite pastime, football. I'm going to show you how I booked a D1 program. I'm going to show you the camera that I used plus the settings that I set. And I'm also going to show you a little bit of my editing workflow and how I distributed the video. If you have any questions that I don't answer throughout the way, by all means, please leave a comment. I'll more than likely respond to them in my shorts where I have a series where I read your comments. I'll respond to pretty much anything. Try me, I dare you. Dare you. To start this video off, I want to talk about how I was able to film a D1 school for the first time. And the method that I used is actually something that I talked about in my very first video about how I became a full-time filmmaker and videographer. It's a little concept that I like to call free to feed. So let's say that you're a beginner and you want to charge to make a certain type of video, but you've never filmed that type of video. With free to feed, it just means that you film a few of those videos for free, build a portfolio, and then you can take those videos to a paying client as a proof of concept. So that way they know exactly what they're getting and how long it'll take for them to get that. I actually use free to feed in two different types of way to be able to film this game. The first one is that I filmed 3 football games for free last year. You can find 2 of those right here on this channel. And the third one you can find right here. It's on my Instagram. And this is the main video that got me hired for this event. If you want to check it out, head over to my Instagram and see what's up. And if you're on my Instagram page, might as well follow your favorite new YouTuber, dude. But that was just the first way I use free to feed. Just because I filmed a few football games doesn't mean that I can randomly email universities some links of my work and ask them if I can slide through to film. I needed a way to get in with them. And that's where the second method of free to feed came in. And it came from a different niche of my filmings, weddings. When I first started my videography company last year, I wanted to film a free engagement video similar to one that my personal mentor Jake Weiser from Full Time Filmmaker filmed. So I found a young couple and I filmed them a free engagement video. And much to my luck, Ben, the groom, ended up getting hired at Drake University a little after I delivered the video. So I messaged him and asked him what would it take for me to be able to film for you guys. He then connected me with someone in the creative department. And just like that, I got to film one of the largest track meets in the country, Drake Relays. And because I did such a good job with that, they had me come back for their season opener game. And hopefully for a few more events this year, right, Drake? That was just a couple examples of how free to feed worked for me and how it could work for you. Okay, for filming on game day, I started about 2 hours before the actual game even started. I went around the stadium and got a few shots to establish the location and to get some shots with the logos in it. After that, I had to head to the tailgate, which left me with a really big question. This game, this one right here, do you call it bags or cornhole? Comment and let me know. And if someone comments something that you don't agree with, get into an intense argument with them because they're wrong and you're right. My favorite shot from the tailgate came from this lady saying this.
Last first home game of the year, buddy. NFL champions, go! Woo, go Dogs!
And then her son did this. Pretty wholesome moment, right? From there, I moved on to filming a little bit of warming up, and then I headed inside to get some shots with the guys getting ready. From there, I walked out with the fellas, got some establishing shots, got some shots of the band, the cheerleaders, the crowd, and then it was on. I filmed this on my Canon R8 and I used 2 different lenses. I used my 24-70 2.8 to capture establishing shots and wide shots. And for the game, I used my 70-200, also a 2.8. If you want to see everything that I keep in my camera bag, I made a video about it. This is the thumbnail. It's also linked in the description. For filming, I knew that this video was just going to end up on Instagram and YouTube, so I filmed it in 1080p and in 60 frames per second. The reason that I filmed in 60 frames per second is because I edit on a 24 frame per second timeline, which means that I can slow down to 40%. If you want a more in-depth explanation of speed ramping, leave a comment and let me know. I'm down to make a video about that if there's enough people that want that. I also filmed the actual game in log. I really don't recommend shooting in log if you're a beginner. It's a completely different editing style and workflow. My suggestion to you would be to master the ability to get white balance and exposure correctly, which just means your whites are white, your blues are blue, and your reds are red. For filming the game, I pretty much just filmed the plays and then the celebrations. Filming football games can be a real challenge. My rule of thumb is just follow the ball. Game happens where the ball happens. But the real challenge from this video comes from my personal mentors, Jake Weiser and Nate Tehan. And they actually made me a deal that if I get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, they'll do a video with me. So if you like the content and you want to support the process, by all means, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to have a hand in the video that we're going to do together, this video is part of a series called 10K by 2025. The most liked comment in this series will be what we do together. So have fun with that. Personally, I think we should do a beginner versus pro since that's their claim to fame, but it's up to you, dude. From there, my personal favorite part begins, the editing. The very first thing I do to start the editing process is find music to edit to. So I did a little market research, which really just means I went on Instagram and looked at other D1 football programs and saw what was working for them. So that way I had a blueprint to know how to edit it and what kind of song I would use. Bonus points if you use an Instagram audio because the Instagram algorithm has a higher chance of pushing that out to more people because they know that keeps people on their phone longer. If you don't do that, then you have to rely on people sharing and commenting on your video. Those are the metrics that get it pushed out to more people. But yeah, slap that baby into Premiere, ended up with a timeline that looks like this. And all that was left was to post. Thanks for watching all the way through, and if you're interested in seeing what I keep in my camera bag, you can click right here, and for some reason, YouTube seems to think that you would like this video.